What's up, guys? Rob from Legionius Gaming here, bringing you the final episode of Spyro Enter the Dragonfly. Last time we got through we didn't get through the scientist world. There were some things we ended up not being able to finish, like the the giant tower climb, but I checked back and I noticed that the portal for the boss has opened up. So yeah, we're gonna fight the boss, I suppose. And I was doing some reading, and there's not a whole lot of information about this game out there, to be quite honest with you, but from what I understand, in order to unlock the true ending, or the happy ending of the game, you do need all 90 dragonflies and every gem in the game, which is absurd, and I'm not doing that. No way in hell.
Oh, if there's anything I hate more than a dragon, it's a purple dragon. You've caused me enough problems, Spyro. This time I'll take care of you permanently. Hocus pocus.
Hocus pocus. So yeah, apparently the boss that I'm gonna... Oh my god, hit stun! Jesus. Apparently the boss that I'm gonna be fighting is not all of the forms. And... oh, he got me. Apparently, like, the final boss, like the true final boss, has like... oh my gosh. He has like 3 forms or something.
Defeated again. And you'll be sorry. You'll be very, very sorry.
Wait, seriously?
The magic of dragons can't last forever. Can it?
Are you kidding me? You're joking. Are you actually shitting me right now? That's the final boss? Okay, so what I was saying is, I know that I don't have all the dragonflies. And I know that I'm not technically getting the good end, or the real end. Which I'm assuming has at least a cutscene after it. But for the majority of players who I assume didn't 100% the game back in the day, that's it? You get one phase of a boss, you don't get any cutscene, and you just get a credit roll. What? Hello? Who? What? Can I buy a vowel? Oh my god. Alright, well, we're gonna skip the credits. Maybe there's a cutscene after the credits? Maybe you get something while it's loading. That's a sign of something. Yeah. So, yeah. I guess I'll just start what I normally do when I go back and play these games is just kind of give you my final thoughts, which is this game is not good. It's not very good at all in really any way. It's no, it just teleports you back here. So yeah, all right. Well, I'll just run around and BS. So gameplay wise, the controls, they aren't the worst thing in the world. There are some really awkward controls though. Like sometimes Spyro handles like he's made out of butter. And other times he just makes these like super tight turns that you're not expecting. Because half the time it feels like you're controlling a 18-wheeler that got 1 hour of sleep the night before. That's also driving on a lake full of I can't believe it's not butter. And you can't believe how awful the actual vehicle is driving. So there's that. And so the controls I would say are passable. They're not the best thing in the world. The graphics are actually pretty nice when they work. I mean, there are times when the graphics bug out and the world just doesn't load. The character animation is really wonky, like when they talk, the mouth movement doesn't sync up. They got really lazy with character design. I mean, all told, there's really not that many characters playable, or not playable, that you meet in the game that aren't just derivatives of each other. Like the 17 mouse scientists we saw, that looked exactly the same, more or less. The level design is absolutely awful. I think that's just horrendous, as far as like just how much backtracking and how much unnecessary fake difficulty there is in terms of sometimes the gameplay. Like the game just doesn't function, and so it's adding a layer of quote-unquote difficulty. And obviously, you know, the soundtrack's alright. The soundtrack's not the end of the world. Oh, I see that the portal closed now. So I guess this opens up again when you get more dragonflies, so. You know, the sound design's not bad. I think the soundtrack's okay. The optimization of this game is horrendous, though. I mean, there's just broken... You've seen me die several times to just... bridges not working. I just fall through the level. I get stuck on things I shouldn't get stuck on. Collecting the collectibles, aka the dragonflies, is sometimes just more difficult than it needs to be because your bubble breath has a range of like 1.5 feet. And that's just obnoxious. I mean, the different breaths don't serve as anything except a gimmick for mini games as well. So that's, you know, there's not a lot of good gameplay with the breaths. It's just very poor usage of like, oh, certain enemies get killed by certain breaths. But really that only comes into play in like the last level. You literally only use the wing shield once in the entire game. Honestly, there's just not a lot of redeeming qualities about this particular game, I don't think. You know, whereas with games like Rocket Power Beach Bandits, there were some times that I did not really... I thought the game was a little bit poorly created, like the boss battle being ridiculously hard. Some of the levels being mazes unnecessarily. But overall, I would say I had a good time playing through that game. This game was more of a chore, I think. Specifically, just having to play this game to do this Let's Play. So, and I'm sure you heard like my frustration with that, but you know, if you're ever interested, there's just so much deep stuff about this game that was like, that explains why it's so poorly made. So, you know, if you're ever bored, you could just take a watch on any of those like deep video game history things. Like they mentioned that there was supposed to be multiple overworlds, and this kind of door always stuck out to me. Like I always thought this opened, but maybe this was supposed to be like a walkway to one of the other overworlds that got cut. I mean, who knows? So, yeah, I mean, that's going to do it for this game. I'm not going to 100% the game. No chance. I don't want to play this game. Basically ever again, to be quite honest with you, except for maybe as a goof. Or to try to do the speedrun trick where you drag and pound underneath the, what's it called, the teleporter to get to the final boss. But so yeah, I mean, if you're thinking about playing this game, honestly, don't. There we go, I got it. It's really not that hard to do. This just teleports you to the final boss. This just shows you how broken this game is. So, yeah, I want to thank you guys for watching. Overall, if I had to rate this game out of 10, I mean, this is like a strong 3 to a light 4, honestly, because it functions sort of. But like the FPS is horrible. It chugs, and then FPS is hard. Just the story is like incohesive. I didn't really feel a drive to be rescuing all these dragonflies. There wasn't like constant reminders of, oh, you need to be doing this to save the XYZ or whatever. You know, I don't think this game is very good. So that's gonna do it for this game. Our next Let's Play, I'm not sure what it is going to be on, so keep an eye out for that. And yeah, so I want to thank you guys for watching. Don't play this game if you're thinking about it. And I will see you guys again next time.